I am a 25-year journalist. I have a degree. I went to college. I was doing this before YouTube was created, before podcast equipment was on sale. No YouTuber could teach me and y'all could beat that out.
That
And this is no diss to him, RIP. But sometimes I do gotta talk my ish because you're not gonna take away the 25-year career that I have put in for this
I know
moment.
that's right.
I think your standards are a little off.
Bish, who are you talking to? I mean, seriously. It ain't my. No. See, now you've gone to the. Now you've gone there. I'm a professional image consultant. Who the hell are you?
All right, y'all. Welcome back. Man, oh man. People just cannot keep Kevin Samuels' name out their mouth. All right, so I had to weigh in on this clip, y'all, of Kendra G. So she was on the Morning Hustle show, and one of the hosts wound up bringing up Kevin Samuels. And I thought this would be a great teaching lesson. Speaking of ego, based off of what she said, I wanted to go and talk about something. And this is the reason why I actually have made my last book, Spirit Over Ego. It came out a few days ago, and this is a perfect teaching lesson for the women. So my new book, Spirit Over Ego, is meant to help women recognize ego patterns that are holding them back and keeping them stuck. And it gives them a proven framework that helps them create lasting change throughout their entire lives. So this is a prime example. So Kendra G, she was saying that can't nobody on YouTube teach her anything. And I actually talk about this in one of my, actually in the books. I have a chapter. What chapter is this in the book? So we're gonna go over this a little bit. And the root thing, which one is it? So hold on, I think it's chapter 13. Chapter 13. Which one is it? Chapter 13. Yeah, because I wanted to get to the root. So it's chapter 15. So this is from my book Spirit Over Ego, and the chapter is the 11 deadly curses of ego. And number one, this is the first one. And this is what you see. This is the root of a lot of people and come down to their ego being out of control, and this is holding them back. This is holding the women back from getting the kind of man that they want. It's holding them back from getting the kind of help that they need with their fitness journey, fixing the real problem. So the lack of humility. When somebody, like he said that can't nobody on YouTube teach her anything. She's at the point where she can't learn anymore. And one thing that I think about this, though, the difference between Kendra G and Kevin Samuels is that Kendra G, she got a lot of leverage from her being on the radio, for her being on 107.5 and her being able to meet people, meet Beyonce. I actually met her a few times myself, when she did different things. But Kevin Samuels had to just build up his whole platform from scratch. He didn't just work at just a good job and then it was different. I mean, he definitely was a corporate trainer, but he didn't have the kind of leverage that Kendra G had. So his YouTube was built based off of him, and people tune in to Kevin Samuels' show to hear what he has to say and get his advice. People tune in on Kendra G's show to watch the train wreck. So it's a big difference. So let's get into the clip.
Why would I sign up for that?
I've seen the maturation. I want to say this really quickly. I've seen when you've been head over heels with somebody.
Oh God!
I've seen when you've been done with somebody. You know what I'm saying? I've seen when you thought
because he knows me for real.
I've seen when you thought this was going to be the one and all of that. You know what I mean? But so I like the maturation. I also remember the days where some of the things you're saying now you may not have agreed with back then.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
And I can say this. Shout out to Kyle and Leon, who I did the morning show with, who are married men who used to tell me stuff all the time.
All the time.
My
like,
show,
are you really thinking that way?
No, but let me tell you, maybe I was once the delusional women of the show that will call in because my show is my education form. People think like my show taught me everything I know for the last 6 years because I have interviewed people and now I actually know the real data. So now I'm really in this and I do singles events. So I know in real time the ratio for the amount of man that is described that women want opposed to the amount of options he has. So literally this tall, good-looking, attractive guy, it's not an exaggeration when I say he has a good 10,000 options. I could bring him to different cities, and
And also, she's talking very different because Kendra G, she talks about how she can't learn nothing from nobody. She was watching Kevin Simmons' show so much, that's why she went and came on his show. Because how she's talking now after her doing her dating show for a number of years, and after she took a lot of talking points from him, she's talking very different now than she was back then. So you got to also think about that too, and I definitely do, commend her for her finding a way, to have her app and for her to capitalize off of other people's drama and different things that they have going on. So I'm not mad at her, for finding a way to spin it, but she did take a lot of stuff from Kevin Samuels, and despite her taking a lot from him, she refused to give him any kind of credit. And then, if you want to go there too, y'all, Kevin Samuels, it came out recently that one of his classmates from high school, she was saying that Kevin has been talking about this stuff even back in high school. I know I even heard before Kevin talking about how when he was in college, what's her name? The other lady, I forgot her name, Shahrazad Ali, I think it's her name. She wrote, I got her book too. She wrote, she wrote a few books. I forgot the name of the book that I got though. That Kevin was saying that he was leading different discussions on college campuses about stuff like that and about her book. So he's been putting in that work since the 80s. So so that's longer than than her 25-year career in journalism.
Woman is still, because women are like everybody, attraction wins. Mm-hmm. So even when we have a singles event, people are still focusing on the most.
And this is the part that's crazy. Yeah, attraction wins, and women know that men are first mainly attracted to how women look. Why is it that women still don't want to do the self-improvement? Like he said, why is it that the women weigh more than the men? Because most of the women, especially the ones on her show, they're not trying to give the men what they want. They hear what men want, but they don't want to give it to them. Just like Kevin always talk about how, okay, just treat your man like he would treat their white boss. And that's a great point that he said. So they just don't want to do it. They don't want to do the self-improvement, and they don't want to give the men what they want. Just like even Kendra is saying that she don't want to give men what they want. And this is the reason why a lot of women, you can't get the kind of man that you want to take you seriously.
Attraction first over the character first. So I will say Kyle is correct. And my show has taught me now what I know.
Do you see that it's more available and worthy women than men? Because we did see you were at InvestFest.
Yes.
And then when I look at InvestFest and your singles event, when I looked at the videos of InvestFest, there was a lot of men. Then when I looked at that room of singles, I know it was in Atlanta, but I seen a lot of women in that room.
So there's two videos. So for InvestFest, first of all,
yeah, because the men aren't going to those type of events. They're not, especially the kind of women, the kind of men that women want. They're not going because they already have it like that. And it's not even like a lot of men there are out there that's over 6 foot and all the other stuff that they want to make 6 figures. It's only a small percentage like myself. I'm 6'5". Most guys are not my height. So most of the problem is most of the women, they want the same kind of man, but if they don't care about what the man wants. Men have been saying for the longest, they want a woman that's fit, that's feminine, somebody that's easy to get along with. Men have been saying that for the longest. And I would say ever since Kevin has been gone, the whole dating scene has gotten worse.
I got to show love since we're talking about InvestFest to Rashad and Troy, who have put me a part of InvestFest for the last 3 years. Yeah. This is why people think I don't like black men. No, I don't like men, or I don't like people in general that are just negative. I love black men because
haven't you only dated black men?
People, she say that negative, but for the most part, a lot of women, they say that though, but they don't like nobody that's telling them the truth. They don't like nobody that's, that's telling them the truth to fix their problem. A lot of women, they would rather just feel good versus get saved by the truth.
A black men, but also like so many black men like Rashad and Troy have put me in position to win genuinely. My dad is a black man who has invested in me more than any human on this earth. So I really do love black men. But to your question about, you said something about
is more eligible.
This is a thing that I think women got to get to when it comes to dating. At the end of the day, I think that this is the harsh question, but it's the real question. You might be successful, you might have money, you might be intelligent, but does that successful man want to have sex with you? Like that's the basic question.
Yeah.
Does he want to have sex with you? Because it might be a business relationship. You might be.
Okay, so that's just a start of it, but this is the main thing that went right over her head and it went over the women's head. Especially nowadays, women can get sex. So a woman, most men will have sex with anybody. So that's not even okay. A guy will have sex with you and don't even like you. And a guy will have sex with you and don't even find you attractive. Especially most guys will have standards. The main thing that went over her head that she didn't say, which is still crazy, which talk about her experience, she didn't say this though. The most important thing is, will the kind of man that you want take you seriously and marry you? That's the part that she ain't saying. But still, physically, most of the time, the guys been saying that they want a woman who's fit, they want this though. But a lot of guys will still have sex with anybody. But she didn't mention nothing about, okay, will that man marry you? Has that man married you? Has that man, made you his woman? Does he take you seriously? Does he respect you? So she didn't say nothing about the man marrying the woman. Will that man or has that man marry you? So that's the part that I was waiting for her to say that, but she ain't say nothing.
All the things he might want to do business with you, he might want to have a meeting of the mind with you, but is he sexually attracted to you? Does he want you to have his children? Are you then going to put what you're doing second to be a part of his life? Because he has so many options of women that are willing to do that. Mm-hmm. A lot of times that these women want, they don't want you to have a boss, because it's like, yo, I have men friends that are like, I don't want her to have a job. If I'm going to Italy, she got to be able to come with me to Italy for 2 weeks. She can't be asking nobody for permission if you want that type of guy. So I think there's a misconception, and things that I've also learned from being in this space now and owning a dating app. And this, again, is after doing all these interviews and just in real time talking to these men. I think that successful women sometimes forget there is a very important attraction, a part of this that has to be in consideration. Mm-hmm. And I don't make the rules.
Oh yeah, so I give her that, I think, but still the mass of the women don't want to do the work. They don't want to, we come down to not, for the most part, most people don't track their calories, they don't track their macros. So if you want to be fit and then you want to look like somebody who takes their health seriously, you got to do what the fit and healthy people do. So they're tracking their calories, they're sticking to program, they're hiring coaches, they get specialized experts to help them. So they're doing that. And then if you think about it, okay, as much as the women say that this is the most important thing that they want, why aren't they spending money on coaches to help them? Why aren't they hiring, weight loss coaches like that? Not just, somebody who just a cheap trainer. They're not hiring experts. They're not hiring, executive health coaches. They're not hiring people to fix the main problem. Because for the most part, which I learned this though, the main thing that people need help with, they don't just need somebody looking over their shoulders to work out. The women need help with behavior change. They need somebody that can give them systems, because at a certain time, discipline does run out. And motivation is bullshit. So the only thing you can rely on is proven systems long term. And that's what I do for my clients. Everything is personalized. It's about getting to the root problem. So the root problem is most women, when they're stressed out, that's when, they eat all kind of other stuff. That's when they just fall off bad. So it takes more than just, somebody giving you a workout to fix the root problem.
Yeah. And listen, sis, don't put your worth on if a guy likes you or not. You're worthy. I think you are amazing and beautiful, but you just might not be his preference. Just like how women have.
And why aren't you putting in the work? That's the main thing. For the most part, if more women, and then this is a part that she don't really talk about though. Most men desire most women, but however, most women don't desire most men. So it's just like that. But if more women were just more fitter and more pleasant to be around, more men would be with them. More men would be married. More men would be just, sticking with women long term.
Preference. He makes $40,000. That's not your preference. That's fair. Mm-hmm. So if a guy says, I have a preference in age or availability or, you got to give him that.
Yeah.
Ty just
That's a good point. So yeah, and then that's what you see like a lot now. Like a lot of women, they don't like when a man has a standard. He wants a woman at a healthy weight. He wants a woman that doesn't have kids. He wants a woman, just so when a man has a standard, it's a problem.
Said that the other day. What did he say? That the youngest you should date is half your age plus seven?
I've heard that. I don't think there's one size. Here's the thing. Also, I learned there's not a one size fit all answer. The answer is really unique to you. What works for you? Everybody has a different reason for a different reason. I'm a worldly woman. Like, so for me, it's difficult. I could be with a man in Atlanta, or I could go to Spain tomorrow. I country hop, honey. I don't club hop. There's some people who are confined to their city.
Oh.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean,
So, and it's something. So she can world hop, but she still can't get the right kind of man that she wanted to be with her. That's just, I'm like, wow.
a 25-year journalist. I have a degree. I went to college. I was doing this before YouTube was.
Hold on.
If Jordan was asked you out on a date, you would say no, and she was like, "Well, he's not my type," and I was like, "What?" Like, and then, but here's the deal: when it went past online, a lot of women were saying he ain't my type either, and I was literally flabbergasted because I work on this in real time, and I'm not.
But part of it is like how they say that because they know that somebody like Michael B. Jordan wouldn't talk to them, wouldn't take them seriously.
Just saying, like, this is a hardworking black man, loves his mother, and every moment of his biggest career, he had his mama with him. So that shows.
So you see this, y'all, and then I'm gonna say something that I have said before that a lot of people are not gonna like this, but just you can just go on and unsubscribe and just I gotta say this though, and it goes right into what she's saying. Unfortunately, a lot of times the fastest way to a Black American woman's heart is a man in jail or who just got out of jail. Yes. A lot of times, so they would help that guy build. They would, pay his fines. They would do that though. But a hardworking man that he's legit and he's doing something to help people and he's taking the right path, they won't help him with nothing. They don't even want to be with that guy until after they done had enough bad boys and a whole bunch of thugs and had that love passion. And then, so this is what men want to run away from. This is what men should run away from. If you're not her ideal choice, don't deal with her. Don't get her later on after she done been with all the bad boys and now she's all damaged and now she's all used and now she's all bitter. Why should you have to deal with that?
His character, everyone speaks so highly of him. Got no kids, never been married, and that type of man's not your type. I mean, he couldn't he can't get a date.
Was he ugly?
Well,
hold on now.
I didn't think he was ugly. I thought her date in particular, but she also didn't like him. She didn't. She said Boris Kojo is her type.
That's really the bottom. That's the bottom line. She just didn't find him attractive. He didn't turn her on. So that's really what it is. But then still, a women will not talk to a man because he's too nice. But men don't turn down women and say, no, I'm not talking to her because she's too nice. No, If a woman is pure, even as if he's a bad guy, he still will just, deal with her.
Sound like Michael B. Jordan, but older.
But it was about tall. It's a lot of women have an aesthetic type, and here's the harsh reality.
Yes, and then this is the other part, that nobody really talks about though. They don't admit though. If you're not her type, if you're not her type, you're not gonna. I mean, if she's not turned on to you, and you're not her type, you're not gonna just suddenly be her type. It don't work like that. Like a lot of times the women, they'll get good at just just tolerating you. But if you're not her type, if she like bad boys, and then that's what she like. She has her reasons, and then that's okay.
Are you your type's type? Like, have we ever thought about that? Like.
And who she get that from? And then once again, this is the talking point that she got from Kevin Samuels. When she went on his show, and then she been watching his show. But once again, she would never give him credit.
That's why we need Kevin Samuels back.
They compare you to Kevin Samuels sometimes.
Okay, let me say this. Did Kevin Samuels interview gay men? Did Kevin Samuels interview transgender people?
Well, they say you're like the female version.
Hold on. We gotta do the whole totality.
Okay.
Did Kevin Samuels have poly people on his show? My show has always been a dating show. So
I mean, and then Kevin Samuels focused on relationships, but still, that doesn't mean nothing. Okay, so you're having different types of people. The main thing is he helped mainly Black people, but he helped all kind of people. His whole thing was to give people results and tell them the truth, so that they can get better outcomes. So it don't even make a difference whether you interview poly people or gay people. That doesn't make a difference. Okay, but this anyway, y'all. This is enough I can take. But ladies, this is what happens when your ego is out of control and it's all about you just having status and you having this and basically all the things that men don't care about. So all right, y'all. So definitely if you want to be able to finally be able to get better results in your fitness journey and your relationships, get my book Spirit Over Ego. It definitely will help you if you're interested in getting coaches so you can be able to transform your habits and be able to get to a healthy weight and tone your body and stay consistent. You're probably a busy woman, that you're doing a lot, and you definitely need you some systems that can hold you accountable and a coach that has the expertise. Fill out my application and we'll see if my coaching program is a good fit. You can click the link and you can order my book Spirit Over Ego. I love you all and I see you all next time. And remember, Solomon Fitness World is where strength meets femininity. See you all next time.
Great woman to a man.
So great that you're where?
I mean, you want to judge that?
I'm asking. If you're a great woman to a man.
I have a poor choice, probably.
No. If you're a great woman to a man.
Yeah.
Where's the outcome to prove that?
That's why I'm doing what I've been doing, and that's why I haven't been just giving my body.
You've been doing what you've been doing. Fasting and celibate. But you're a great woman to a man based upon what? Where's the outcome to prove that? See, y'all talk this shit. I'm a queen. I'm a deep. No, but you got no results to prove that.
I told you I'm very submissive.
It does not make you a great woman.
I'm just saying, I'm not a horrible girl.
You said you're a great woman. And it just sounds, what are you doing that's so great?
Let me think. Okay, well, are we talking like my physical assets? Because I have all that.
See, what you need to understand is the problem with so many modern women is you feel like you're better than you are. You lack humility. You've shown that. Here, you've come in and talk about men based upon your poor choice with one man. Talk about yourself and you pedestalize even you. What makes you a great woman? And you basically say, because I've been abstaining and fasting. That does not make a woman great.
I have my own place. I have my own car.
That makes you an adult.
Okay.
See, I simply, that makes you normal. See, what you have not said is a woman who's truly a great woman, they're in short supply and they get snapped up quickly. But see, the way you've constructed the world is the problem is outside of you. You don't need any real improvement. You just need to wait. And the world will bring the right man to you. Women today think men are free. They think they require no effort, no work. You just got to be, I pay my bills. I got a car. I'm in shape. I'm submissive. I'll challenge that. All right, then why ain't it working?